Well, alright everyone, we're from Ilan Senior High Schools, and my name is Alex, and here's my teammate Vincent. So today's our topic is, which is better for students, single-sex schools or co-ed schools? Alright, before we start it, I have a question for you. Why we have single-sex schools and co-ed schools here in Taiwan? Why we have single-sex schools and co-ed schools here in Taiwan? And now let's start it. Alright, before we started this project, we have we're thinking some aspect about why we have single-sex schools and co-ed schools here in Taiwan. And here's are some of our thoughts and some of our motivations. First is about traditions. In our traditional beliefs, because we're Chinese, and in our traditional belief is that the girls and the boys, the relationship between boys and girls should not be too close. So we may have some isolate of the genders and just like make it in the schools, but to face the truth, we would all be attracted by the peoples of the opposite sex, right? So study at a single-sex schools may really have some advantages for pursuing better academic performances. But in the future's life, we work in a mixed gender environment. So I didn't think single-sex school is good enough. So which is better, single-sex or co-ed? All right. In our views, we believe that co-ed schools is better. So we're going to just say the advantages of co-ed schools. First, help students to face the future's life. That means we all know that we will work and we work in a mixed gender societies. So when we go out to work, our co-workers may not be all the same sex. We should deal with other sex people or even just have a cooperation with them. I have an experience about that. When I was in elementary schools, I was a really shy boy. But so I just didn't know how to communicate with other girls, especially when they laugh, because I didn't know why they laugh. I just felt embarrassing and I was brushed. So I have a little friend. But when I go to junior high schools, I joined the scout teams. This really gave me a lesson about. I just learned a lot of things in the scout. When we're in the scout teams, we always train to sometimes we always do a lot of things and interact with others, no matter which sex they are. We often build the camps or even cooks. We do a lot of things together, thus making me learn how to work with and even talk to the people of the opposite sex. So I think it's really a big advantage for co-ed schools. And that's the main reasons why I think co-ed school is better. Alright, this is the second advantage of co-ed schools, variety types of friends. In fact, if you're in the same-sex schools, your friend may all be the same sex. But we all know that there's some project proof the brains in the boys and girls were not the same. So if we study at the co-ed schools, we may interact with the girls just in your classes, and thus making use you can talk to more types of friends, right? So you have more types of friends, just like what I said before. It's better for your future's life. So this is the second advantage of the co-ed schools. Third is the better education. Maybe you all believe that studying at a single-sex schools can perform better because we didn't be distraction of the opposite sex. In fact, sometimes I agree with it because I sometimes, just going to see some pretty girls or what, but just I need to read some, there's some project in the ACLU, so just wait a minute. I mean, there's no education to prove that study at a single-sex school is better. Yeah, so I just didn't need to use that. reference. So the majority I want to talk is that there aren't any project. I know there aren't any program to prove that study at a single-sex school can have the better grade. But most of the schools here in Taiwan have just isolated the gender, is that they believe that study at the co-ed schools may have a romantic relationship that's making the students have the poor grades. But in fact, I disagree with it because you can see as the picture, that's the top of the pictures. It's a question that asks the students, do you confident that you can go to the universities? And you can see that the 56% of people study in the co-ed school says they're very confident about they can go to university, but there's fewer in the single-sex schools. And I think whether to build a romantic relationship to girls is not always happens in the co-ed school. So I don't think study at a single-sex schools can just perform better in academic. And here's the disadvantages of single-sex schools that we thought about. First is increasing bullies. When I say study at a single-sex school, well, increasing bullies. Just imagine we're in a classroom which is filled with all same-sex people. We may not be so polite because we all think that we are the same sex. So maybe, I say maybes, we'll do some rude behavior to our teammates or even classmates. And here I have a sad experience too. It dates back to 2 years ago when I was a junior high school student. And it never occurred to me that such a tragedy would be in my mind for such a long time. I know I was very childish when I was in junior high schools, so there's a lot of teammates and we are all same-sex and we are friends. And we often play some childish games, just even grab or kick others. Cock. Right? So it's childish, I know, and I know it's wrong, but I just think it's funny because everyone laughs. We all think, ha ha ha, you're hot. Right. But until one day, my classmates got really upset and he's thinking he's been insulted. So he talked to the teachers, and the teachers were very angry about this. He said, all the people who play the game come here, and shut at us. Although the things end up, so we just say sorry to that classmate, but this really learning longer lessons. I know sometimes we need to think about others' thinkings. It's not always funny to play jokes or play tricks on others. So I won't do that childish things right now. And the second disadvantages is limited academic benefits. How to say? College. We seldom have the colleges in single sex. So if a teachers who study in the universities, which is filled with co-eds, they may learn how to teach in the environment of co-eds. There's seldom program to let teachers learn how to teach in the single-sex schools. So maybe, I say maybe because I really didn't see any programs and I didn't do any project to prove that. Maybe the teachers won't teach as better as they teach in the co-education because they're trained in the co-education, right? And here's the third, causing the misunderstanding. How does it causing the misunderstanding? I mean, if you study at a single-sex schools, some genders, like girls, maybe, for example, they may think, I'm not as better as the boys. So we just needed to isolate and study in the single-sex schools. And this is even right. We all have different capacities to do anything. Another is that we may have a bias or even the wrong thinkings about how a girl or boy should act that. For example, we always think that boys should be brave and never cries. But this isn't right. Why can't I cry? If I'm so sad, I want to cry. So this is the third disadvantage of single-sex schools. And here's a video tapings from our schools, one of our school teachers.
Boys, opposite sex? Absolutely. I think the greatest benefit students can get to provide them with a proper environment. Students will eventually... Okay, I think the greatest benefit students can get out of a co-ed school is breaking the myth. For example, do you think it is very troublesome to talk to girls or boys of opposite sex? Absolutely not. You may think that girls only talk about their clothes, their hairstyle, their makeup, and their Korean oppa. While boys, what would boys talk about besides mobile games and basketball games? Well, actually, boys and girls can share opinions on quite different topics as long as we provide them with a proper environment. Students will eventually learn that it is not a big deal to communicate with their female or male classmates. Other stereotypes can be broken in a co-ed school too. When it comes to class activities, for example, who said that boys should be responsible for carrying heavy boxes and girls should take care of classroom decoration? Well, it would be a great experience for boys and girls learn how to offer help and cooperate with each other. Boys and girls can have similar and different talents. That's how the world works. We all know something that other people don't know about. That's how the world gets interesting. So, why shouldn't we make our school an interesting place too? Thank you.
Well, our report is going to end, but before this, I want to share my experience. And most of members in my school are boys, but there is a class just for girls, and that class, we often hold some activities with them. And for example, we hold a science camp this winter vacation, and one of my classmates, he said that he felt nervous when he sees girls, so he couldn't talk to them. And every time when he has some doubts and he wants to talk to them, he always asks me or the other to talk to the girls. And I think this is the most serious problem of single-sex school. In co-ed school, we have many chances to communicate with other girls, with other sex, but we can conclude that the members from co-ed schools are generally more understanding of the other sex than the students from single-sex school. There is an example from a female college student. Students from single-sex schools are generally more immature when they face people of the opposing sex. They feel nervous, say stupid things, and can talk to them like a real person. Well, if you are this kind of person, how can you have a proper relationship? or we can say, who wants to have a relationship with this kind of people, let alone live with them. No matter what, we all live in a community which is full of various gender, so we need to practice with other sex. In Kote School, it trains us to communicate with others. It teaches us to cooperate with the other sex. And in the Kote School, in the single-sex school, maybe we can enter a grad college, but which would you choose? The excellent breath in senior high school or a wonderful life? Thanks.
能不能先给回馈呢？好，不然直接说好了，声音大，声音要大一点。
我觉得你们那个设定的议题非常好，你也知道我们的一中嘛，男女比45:1，这个哇，每年的乐趣就是看看美术班，所以我觉得你设定这个议题非常好，让我感同身受，支持你。
应该讲对不对？
还有没有？
我觉得其实就像他刚刚说到，他说他觉得很多人说就是你只有一个性别的学校，你的成绩会比较好，那其实不一定，因为其实就是看你自己要不要读，你也可以跟你旁边的异性一起成长，这有什么错？对吧？
谢谢。好，我们请下一组的人先准备哦。好，来。
好，你们的意思就是你们的佐证就是围绕在那个议题，就是说在那个学校里面。你们会更多元，因为有更多的性别，会接触到更多的人，对未来的发展是有很大的帮助。所以我觉得这个议题真的非常好，还有你们的台风也是非常的稳健，看起来非常流畅，让你们剪刀真的看起来做的非常好。谢谢。还有
我是宜兰高中毕业的，然后身为一个学长，看到学弟站在这边能够做这样的表达，我必须讲 ，I'm really proud of you guys。那我自己想，如果我以前这个年纪，要我现在站在这边做这样的一个 English speech， 哇，我可能办不到，所以我真的觉得你们真的很棒，这样子。好 ，OK，and as English teachers, I have some comments about your performance and speech. As for you guys, I know that sometimes as speakers, you are trying to say a lot of things in such a short times, but actually, the more you talk, the more confusions your audience will get. So sometimes you have some pause, just as what you just showed us before, because you pause at some moments, and then we will have time to catch up what you said. So 我觉得你做得很棒哦，因为在表达都有适当的 pause。那这个真的是很困难，因为有时候我们在学英文，其实 pronunciation 这种东西很容易学，因为你只要多听几次，你的发音啊，你就会被纠正。可是那个讲话的 flow 跟 pause， 这个是很 natural 的东西，所以我真的觉得你很厉害，做得很好。然后再来第二个是一个小小的建议啦，就是 since your topic is about debating topic, you know what is debating topic？ 就是你有两个论点，一个是 single school， 一个是 college schools。所以当你在做整个 organization 的时候，你可以稍微做一点变化，就是如果你今天先把 the disadvantage of 譬如说 single schools， 你先说。那你讲完之后，我们就会有一个 picture， 就是这个就是单一性别学校的缺点。那你再过来再去反论你支持的就是 college school 的优点的时候，它就会变成是一个 solution， 或者是就是变成一个，我觉得用 target 更好，就是被攻击会说把它整个翻转过来。And then if you do this， 那 your 整个 speech 就会更 convincing， 甚至是更 persuasive。那当然对欧联来说，它的脉络就会更清楚，我们就会很容易就得到你要的论点。谢谢。
好，因为时间关系，那就很谢谢宇胜跟围城，谢谢你们。那其实是非常流畅的一组，对不对？那我们就请下一组的人就可以开始。